Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Mano's Minecraft. Ooh, I'm in your face. How have you guys been? I myself have been alright. Let's fix that. So today I've got a plan, and I've got a big plan. We are going to build a very large thing today. So I spent several hours planning this and making sure that it'll work and all the above, etc, etc. And what we're going to build is a wool farm. I have never had a wool farm or any kind of sheep farm in Minecraft before, and I thought, why not start one now? We're fairly early on in the season still, and I think it'd be a good place to do it, or a good time to do it. So this is where we're building it, all the way over here. I've dug it out. This is what we are going to be considering above ground, and this is where all the redstone is going to be. And I think we should get started on it because it's very complicated and it's going to take a while. So these are excluding the stone bricks and everything underneath. This is everything that we need for this farm for one part of it. I'm not explaining that right. Let me just show you. So this is a complicated beast. Do we need, alright, we don't need these or these right now, or these. We do need these. Let's just break these up. And let's grab a bunch of these. Okay, so there are 16 colors of wool, so we have 16 sections of sheep that are going to be held. Okay? We will have 2 sheep per pen, if that's what you want to call it. So, like, 2 white, 2 orange, 2 green, everything. And they are going to be bud powered. So, the sheep, by the way, I need to eat. I can't make it so, are going to be on this block and this block for every single cell. So, what we need to do first is set up a bud. And I'm very happy with this bud. I think it worked out perfectly. So what we need to do is get some blocks to stand on. And now it's going to be this block, so we want a piston facing forward. And there's going to be a redstone block on it. Then we want another piston. It is important that it's a sticky piston, because if anything happens, this will be able to reset it. And we want it facing this way. So the way this is going to work is when the grass above this piston grows back, it's going to update the bud, and it's going to cause this piston to extend, and that's going to cause a whole reaction to happen. Now, sheep, when they eat grass, they do not, or that consumption of grass does not trigger a bud switch, which works out because it really doesn't matter if it did or not. The way I have figured this out, it's actually better that it doesn't. So we need torches here and here, and then we need a repeater going in, and this is the bud. Now let's take this and put it where it needs to go. And this is what's going to happen. The grass is going to grow, and it's going to update this piston and extend it. Now the reason for this piston being here is because if it wasn't, and this got updated, it would loop. What this piston does is it is powered at just the right time that this piston extends when this tries to push this redstone block forward, and it cannot push that extended piston head. So because it can't push it, it's not going to, but it's still powered. So it's getting a bud right now. As long as there's an update, it won't go. And that is how every single cell here is going to be run. So I'm just going to build this up. Whoops. Right over here. Oh, wait a second. I'll be right back. I think I'm doing this wrong. Never mind, I just placed the piston in the wrong spot. Whoops. And I just placed that one in the wrong spot. Oh my god! Why is this happening? Why is that? There we go, jeez. Anyway. So this is how every single cell is going to run. This goes here, that goes there. And this is, now these are going to serve a purpose. It would be useless to set this thing up if nothing was going to go, or if there wasn't anything involved in doing something with this bud. So what this is going to do for us is it's going to, like I said before, detect when the grass has been eaten, or when the grass has grown back. And when that happens, these are going to trigger their own individual memory latches, or RS NOR latch, and we're going to send it to a display where we can see which color of sheep has regrown its wool. Because they'll eat the grass, their wool will grow back, and then when the grass grows back, then we'll know. They'll technically be able to be sheared sooner, but this is okay. This works for our purposes. So I'm going to build this. Whoa, lag. I'm going to build this in every single cell, and then we'll continue from there. Alright guys, so I finished the first part, which is the bud. So all of these are working. So when the grass grows above and it updates, we'll get a signal and they'll go back, and then it'll keep doing it unless we stop it. So one reason that we don't want this to constantly be going on is the lag. If these go on first of all, it'll be noisy and annoying, but second of all, the pistons constantly firing will cause lag. So the second reason is if we can hold a signal, then we can know what's going on. We'll have a display somewhere telling us what sheep is ready when. So to do that, we're just going to branch off of this. So we're going to go like that, and then we need torch and redstone. So we're going to go like this and this, here and here. So what this does is we'll get an update. This block will push forward. When it pushes forward, it'll change this redstone to on. And if this redstone is on, then this circuit, this is off, this is on, which means this will remain closed and it won't let this piston fire. So just like that. Now, no matter what updates you give, it's impossible for this piston to fire. So this is going to go on every single bud, and they should all lock. And the only way to unlock it is to send a power source to here, to these redstone bits. So that would be something like, oh, we can't do it this way because then the torches will go off to the side. But we can do it from the front, the back, the side, anyway, and then it releases it. And then again, on update, it locks. To unlock these, we are going to have a master reset, and that is going to be going into the back of all of these, just like this. And then this will continue down to whatever location we desire. So whenever we press this, it releases, and this is going to be a pulse, like from a regular button. So then when the sheep eat again and the grass grows back, it'll open, it'll lock them. Our indicator lights will be on because we're going to pull a signal from somewhere else letting us know. And then that's about it. So I'm going to put these RS NOR latches and this reset line down all of these sections, and then we will continue. Alright guys, so finished adding all of these in, and I finished the reset wires. So if we back up right here, you should see all of these pistons in front are closed, and then when we decide to send the signal, it's got to be a longer signal, they all open, and then we can close it, just like that. And then when the grass regrows, they close and lock. So that is working nicely. The next thing is gathering the items, and as you can see, I have installed grates. So we shear the sheep, they drop their wool. I don't want to go pick it up. I just don't want to do that. What we can do though is we can bring water to push the items down these holes, and there will be ice and water that will take all the items down there. So this is the center of the room. If we place a bucket in the middle, you're going to see it doesn't cover both sides. If we place a bucket offset by 1, this will get the corners, which means that we need 2 sources of water in order for this to work. One here and here. But this creates a little problem. When we bring 2 water sources here, a third will form in the middle. But I managed to fix that issue, and I'm going to show you guys how I did it. So let's start over here. We need our dispensers and pistons. In the middle, on both sides, which is right here, there's going to be a piston facing up, and on both sides of it, the dispensers will be facing up. When we load these with water, they're going to create infinite water sources right here. And when we pull them back, there will still be this source here. So what we can do is we can extend this piston to destroy that block. And the way we're going to do that is with minecarts. So I'm going to load these up, I'm going to fill them with water, and then I will be back with the next step. Alright, so all of these water things have water in them, these dispensers, and then there's a piston in the middle. And the way we're going to activate this is from below, but as you can see, it's kind of tight. We can only run a vertical wire, or else we're going to get interference with these torches. So to combat that, oops, I thought about using minecarts. So we need 3 detector rails, here, here, and here, and then power rails everywhere else. So that's 3 on, 3 off. And then, you know what? Let's put a redstone block in the middle. Let's check. Good, it's powered. Alright, let's get this out to... We'll put that there. You know what? Let's not put that there. Let's put a lever there. I don't have a lever on me, but I'll just show you guys right now what this is going to do for us. Okay, and the minecart. We're going to launch the minecart. It's going to travel over the activator rails right there. They're going to activate the water. Just like that. Now these corners we're going to put probably half slabs or maybe even a full block, and it's going to count as like a divider between different colors of wool. But all the items can get pushed down the side, as you can see. No torches are there, so nothing got pushed down. And if we send this minecart down again, you can see the water goes away. That is how we are going to manage dealing with the water. Also, Once the items get pushed over, they're going to come down here into an ice stream, like I said, and they're going to be pushed this way. I do not have enough ice right now to set the ice stream all up, but I'm still going to dig it out and act as if it's there so that I can show you guys what the next part of this wool farm will consist of. So I'm going to dig out the trench for the ice. I'm going to finish this rail line going all the way down, and then we will return with the next step, which might actually be the final step for the actual wool farm itself, not the detection. So, I'll be right back. It is getting crowded down here. So now, I finished digging out these trenches. You know, let me actually show you guys what this looks like. So we're going to have the cart here. Stupid slime. Yeah, this is a slime chunk apparently. I will try to deal with it in the best way that I can. I may replace all of this with lower half slabs, which will help me shear the sheeps. I will only do that though if after testing, after shearing of the sheep, their wool doesn't fly out down here. Otherwise I'll keep it. But anyway, this is what it looks like. So it goes all the way down, hits the wall, comes back. Now on the return, I'll leave some. You can see how down there it's on, and that's because it's too close to the end. By the time it bounces back, the piston hasn't finished retracting. So that's why it looks like that. And it's just for now. I don't think I'll have time to get to that today, but it'll be on a timer so that the cart will get there. It'll sit and wait for something like 10 or 15 seconds, and then it'll shoot back. And now I have to relight this because I tested this earlier and I got a bajillion mobs spawning, which is nice. It means that I've done a good amount of cave lighting around here. And there. Okay. So, now is the detection part, right, to send the signal. We have been able to, with this redstone, identify whether it is in the on or off stage, depending on the bud, which lets us know if the sheep has wool or not. But that only lets us know down here. We have a way to reset it, but we don't have a way of letting us know if the sheep has wool from up here. Because if we're looking down, we might not be able to see all the sheep and see if they have wool. So we're going to have a little display that lets us know. Now, I had some trouble trying to come up with this, but this is the best. I'm sure there's other ways, and there's probably a ton more ways that all of this can be done to compact this redstone. This is funny. The water made the grass die, which updated the piston, or it must have died and then regrown. But anyway, if we get back to this, so the way that I managed to come up with is sending an item down for detection, but the only way to do that is with the bud. So this is what it looks like when the sheep have not grown their wool, or before, or while it's reset. When the sheep grow their wool, this is what happens. And we can pull a signal from this torch. So what we want is this and this. We're gonna set it up just like this. Now we want redstone here and here, here and here, and then these two repeaters pointing into this redstone torch. And on the other side of the redstone torch, oh, I forgot to grab that, we want the dropper. So let's grab these. Now what this is going to do is every time the sheep eats the grass, this is going to send a pulse down here, and it's going to spit the item out. So we can fill this up with that. On reset, notice nothing happened. But if we were to give it a bud update, now this is important. This will only activate when both sheep have grown their wool. We update this. I did that wrong. Let's reset it. This is what happens. It locks. And it sends a signal down here, or it deactivates this signal, but this is still off because this is an AND gate. So both of these criteria have to be met in order for the item to be spit out. And because they're locked, this will never turn off until it is reset. That is the only time that this torch turns off. Only when both sheep have eaten and grown will this spit out an item, which is exactly what we want. We are going to set very specific items. We're going to have 16 different items. We might even have 8 and 8. 8 of the same items just on both sides and have detection separate. I haven't decided yet. It depends on how many resources I can gather. But we need 8 or 16 unique items that we are going to send down the same water stream that the wool is going to go through, and they're going to go into an item sorter. And when the items get sorted, it's going to change the display that we have, and it's going to light up and tell us this wool is ready or this wool is not ready. And when all 16 wool are done, then we can go shear them, come back, hit the button. This will launch that. It'll come back. When it comes back, it'll reset the latches down there, and everything will grow, and then we can just come back. So this is going to be a really automated system. The only manual thing we have to do is shear the sheep themselves, which you cannot shear sheep with dispensers or anything like that, and then press a button. And then it just the wool will go into its own chest, but I don't think I'm going to sort it. I don't think I need a sorter for that. But yeah, so I'm going to go and put in this item detection thing. I don't know what you'd call this component. I'm going to go and set that up for all of these, and then we will return. Alright guys, so I finished putting in those item dispensers down there. And an important thing to note is every now and then they can shoot an item with a little bit upward, and it can go over this. So it can land on top of here or behind here. And if it does that, then the light will never show up, which means that you will not have detection for the sheep. So I found that if you put a block here, that does not happen. Now I tested this with 5 stacks of items, and I did not have any failure. I guess it is possible that these dispensers can shoot an item a little bit sideways, and it can bump into these repeaters. So I'm going to keep an eye out for that after we have finished this farm. If that does happen, I have a solution for it already. It's a little bit uglier, and it's a very small fix, which is nice. But I would like to avoid it if possible. Basically what it is we can put an item here and here so that it will always shoot down, and even if we wanted to, we can just like stack it up like that. And then right here at the grates that these are right above, we can just put a full block instead of a half slab. And the water currents are shaped so that items can flow down the corners and the middle. So if something lands here, it can get pushed to the corner. So that is the fix for that if it happens. And I'll keep an eye on it after we finish this farm. But we've done a lot today, and I am out of time. We have... this is done, other than the ice. And proper lighting. I had 3 creepers spawn in here. Because after I was putting these up, torches were being removed and knocked off. And I had 3 creepers down here. And they almost exploded. I almost didn't see them when I was installing these. But anyway. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it very much. In the next episode, we are going to try and finish this. I think we will be able to. The only thing that's left is getting the ice, which I'll try to gather between episodes. This is all the ice I have. That's it. Get all the ice in place, the water streams. Those have to be placed carefully so no items are left out. They all have to fall into the item stream. I already said place the sheep and dye them. We do not have all the dyes, by the way. I have not encountered a jungle biome, so we don't have brown. Unless... can you get brown in dungeons? I don't know if they've changed that. I'll have to check. I don't have anything you can make with green, because I don't have a desert around. Deserts are like 3,000 blocks away, actually. So that might be an episode on its own. Other than that, the only thing that we have to do, like I said, the water streams, getting the sheep in, is making these water streams connect and bringing the items probably up here into an item sorter that's going to have 8 on top and 8 on the bottom. The top will probably be the sheep on this side, and the bottom will be the sheep on this side, and this will be the display, and it will let us know when the sheep are done. And then from there, the items are probably going to continue out to maybe here somewhere. Basically, just a spot that I can have to pick up the wool after it's sheared, because the wool is not going to get collected. But yeah, that is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is a big project, and this is quickly turning into one of my favorite projects I've done. A lot of redstone, and it works well, which makes me happy. But again, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it very much, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.